afternoon. Welcome to Wilton Town Talk. I'm Joel Martin,
I'm Dylan Flanagan.
and today we're here with Trevor Huffard from Wilton CERT.
So to start, how did Wilton CERT come about?
So CERT stands for Community Emergency Response Team, and it's a federally funded organization that almost any town in the United States can have. And it's a group of second responders, so we're not called out when the police get called out, but the police sometimes call us out. We're a group of about 100 people, volunteers in town. CERT itself was first created in California when you guys are probably too young to remember, but there were some really big earthquakes in probably the 80s or something, and the police got too bottled up in places that they couldn't help people. So they wanted to be able to educate community responders that could do some basic first aid, understand how to organize efforts to help people possibly, and stuff like that. So CERT became a federal program, and then every town is allowed to create one, and it's under the emergency management director's purview. And currently in town, Chief Blanchfield is the emergency management director, and Chief Conlon of the police is the deputy emergency management director.
That's cool. Currently, right now in Wilton, what do you guys help with around the community?
So we do two types of responses. One is planned, so we provide traffic safety and other kind of safety related issues for parades, street festivals, all those kind of things. Last weekend we were supposed to help with the 9/11 ride, which are a bunch of motorcycles that run up Route 7, and we had to close. We were supposed to close all of Route 7, and we just have to manage the traffic and provide safety for those bikers. That got canceled because of weather. But we do those kind of events. We probably have 10 or 12 planned events a year, and then we do what we call unplanned events, and that's where we're responding to some sort of an emergency in town. And again, we're not the first responders, we're second responders, and we never respond on our own. We get called out by the emergency management director. And that's to so we respond to vehicle accidents. So sometimes there's an accident that's so bad that we have to close a street, and we have to provide a detour around, and we'll set up those detours and make sure that they're working so that traffic is running in town. Sometimes the trees fall on a road and that closes a road. So anytime a road gets closed, we provide that kind of traffic management.
That's cool. What would you say your most busy season is?
Well, the summer is pretty busy with the planned events because obviously we do a lot of the town stuff, which is going on in the summer. Some of the unplanned events are happening in bad weather, so the winter tends to be a little more heavily impacted by that. We respond to probably 5 or 6 unplanned events, so it's not every week or every hour. The fire department and police department get called out almost every hour or two, and so we're not as busy as them. But we have a lot of equipment designed for what we're doing. We have a box truck, a 38-foot box truck. I think it's 38 feet, and it's got cones and signs for every kind of circumstance you'd ever need to close roads, which is probably not that exciting to you guys, but believe it or not, the town needs that kind of stuff when it needs it. We have generators in there. We have light towers. Often we're working at middle of the night at a traffic accident, and we need to light it up and make sure that we are safe directing traffic and that people can see us.
If someone wanted to go about and join Wilton CERT, how would they do that?
Yeah, so you have to be 18, and then you have to pass our basic training class. And we advertise, one of the other things we do is set up what we call VMS signs, those electronic signs on the side of the road that tell you there might be a parade happening next week or the election's happening. They're big traffic electronic signs. So we publish our basic training classes schedule on those. Usually is around February. You can sign up on our website or a couple of other methods. And you come and you participate in, I think it's a 10-week program once or twice a week. And you get through that class, and then if you want, you can join CERT. And then you're a volunteer for CERT, and we just figure out how to utilize your talents or capabilities in any way we can. Mm-hmm. We also do a lot of training. So we probably do 8 to 10 training classes a year. We can teach anything from, I think we have a course called Until Help Arrives. So again, we're not the first responders, but if your son or friend or brother cuts themselves, you might learn how to put a bandage on it and stop the bleed or something like that. We probably teach some CPR. We teach you how to use an AED, which is one of those electronic heart starters that are all over the place. We have a preparedness course for hurricanes, you know, how to take care of your house during a hurricane, what to do, what kind of food to think about. But those kind of training classes.
So once you're in CERT, are you just like, if you're sitting at home and then CERT gets called out, do you just tell somebody to go to the station?
If there's a bad traffic accident in the middle of the night and the police decide or the fire decide that they want to close the road, the police dispatch gives me a call. We then utilize the town's emergency messaging system to call out our members. And we'll say, you know, there's an accident, we need 6 responders, meet at the fire department. And that can happen in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day or whenever the accident occurs. We also do some search and rescue stuff. We helped with an event early last spring where there was a lady that was missing near Shanks Island, and she was later found deceased in Norwalk down the river. So we can sometimes be involved in some not such happy times.
And where do you see Wilton CERT going in the next few years?
So we're not we're about 106 strong right now in our volunteer thing. We've been pretty steady in that area. We grow about 10 to 15 new members every year, and then 10 to 15 members are dropping out because they're moved out of town or something like that. The age range in our group is probably, I don't know what the youngest is, but it probably is something like 35 to 80. So it's kind of an older crowd, though we would love to get anybody over 18 to join. But many of you younger people are doing school and stuff like that, so responding is less easy for you.
So I'm assuming that there are some people who don't get any calls a year?
Yeah, so on the unplanned side, we tend to, there's kind of 20 of us that respond regularly on those kind of events. And then the rest of the people are responding to the planned events, the parades, the Memorial Day parade. They can do it. We had 40 people show up for that one. We had more, I think we had 60 people for the 4th of July. So, we use a lot. Everybody needs to do 2 events every 2 years. Okay, so it's not like, again, it's not a weekly thing, but many people will do 4 or 5 events a year, and that's about it. Many of us are doing something every other week, but that's a smaller group, tends to be.
And how did you come into Wilton CERT, and like, what do you think about it?
So during 9/11, I was often, I've been living in Wilton for probably 25-ish years, and I've always seen these guys putting up signs for road detours and things like that. And during COVID, I had some extra time to spare sitting around, and I took the course and then just got as involved as I could, and 4 or 5 years later, I became the executive director.
So 9/11 kind of made you, it was like that around that time?
No, during COVID.
Oh, what were you saying before about 9/11?
I'm not sure I would. Oh, the 9/11 ride.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it's a motorcycle, like 300 motorcycles drive around Fairfield County and other counties. So that's just an event memorializing. 9/11.
So most of the people, are you like, do you have a close group, Wilton CERT? Are they like close together?
Yeah, we tried, again, we're a volunteer organization, so the only reason to do it is to kind of create community amongst ourselves. And we have a pretty close group. The executive management group, I've probably got 7 officers that run, help run the operation on a day-to-day basis. And we're very close. So it's a great way for us older people to hang out with people. So.
All right, thank you so much for coming in. It was great talking with you.
Well, thank you guys. It's been fun.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.